Where the stars of birth and the artist comes first. It's Detroit Live, Lola. It's Detroit Live. It's the sound of music.
Turn up, please.
Where stars are born. It's Detroit Live. Sound of music. Where the stars are born and the artist comes first. Yeah. Detroit Live. Detroit Live, Lola.
Yes, yes, yes. It's Detroit Live, the sound of music with your host, Lola George. And I have my good sidekick, my co-pilot, RJ is in the building. But today is a very special day. And it's a special day because, number one, I am surrounded by all of these men. So I'm just excited about that. On top of being surrounded by all these good-looking, gorgeous, just great, handsome, virile, supple,
all right, get to the point.
men.
Get to the point.
They are also part of the great movie Sparkle that's due to come out. They're going to have a private viewing on August the 16th. We have music, we have the artists, we have actors. But when I tell you we got a treat for you, so this is something that you definitely want to tune into and not only listen to it, but you want to watch it because you want to see these great men that's a part of this great production. To my right, I have Michael. Michael, the sexy Michael. How are you, sir?
How you doing? You all
Oh,
right?
my God. You better watch it now. You better watch it. I'm going to curl that hair up. Don't play with me.
I like
Be
curls.
careful. All right. You'll walk out here with a frizzy hair just like me. All right. All right. So what role do you play in the movie?
Well, basically, I kind of did a little bit of everything, actually. You know, actually, when I came onto the set, I really didn't show up at that moment to be in the movie. I came in like 3 days before the movie shut down. And a good friend of mine, which is Kern, he made a few calls for me. So I just went on the set. And when I went on the set, again, I didn't see Kern anywhere around. So basically, when they seen my look, they was like, man, where you been? So I thought Kern had already set it up. And they took me back in the back and they put me on a few clothes from the 60s.
Yes, sir.
But the
yes,
funny
sir.
thing about it, what I had on was already from the 60s.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
But I take it the way it comes. You know,
Yes,
so
sir.
basically,
Yes,
I didn't have no idea what I was going to be doing at that time. So they had a bar scene.
All right.
And in the bar scene, basically, it was for me to just roam around in the bar and just be a part of the crowd.
Yeah.
But when I got inside the bar, a lot of the producers, they started yanking me this way, that way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that was cool because I was that was guaranteeing me a little piece of the action.
Absolutely, yes.
They put me on one end first, which is a bar.
Yes,
and to
sir.
make a long story short, I said, okay, well, I'm close to the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's cool. So then they moved me again and put me in the center
Yes, sir.
of the bar where the waitresses serve drinks.
Yes, sir.
So I'm under the light. So I said, okay, well, now I'm far from the stage, but it's cool because there's lights all over me, right?
All right,
and
all
then
right.
then the last trip, they looked back again and say, my man, I don't recall his name, but he said, my man, come here. So I walked over to him. I'm like, oh man, what's going on?
No, you didn't walk over there. You glided. I watched.
Yeah, I kind of glided a little bit.
Yes, sir.
You know, so I get over there. So my man asked me, can I play a guitar? I said, man, I can do whatever you need for me to do.
Oh.
And next thing you know, he put me on stage. And so I was playing a guitar.
Yes, sir.
And I played guitar for
What
Mr.
other
CeeLo.
instruments do you play?
Take
Yeah,
note, brothers.
real
That's a
fine.
player right there. Look how he's sitting.
Let
That's
me
a real
tell you
player.
something. He don't know I like him slick and old.
That's
I
a
like
real
him
player.
slick And I like
old?
that
What
old
you mean by
nigga
old?
slick. No, I ain't talking about old like that.
That's
but
a
you know,
player.
I like,
Watch
I
out,
like
you
them
been-
seasoned.
you been got something on you.
Yeah, you better ask somebody.
Come on.
You should have found out who
But
show
it
you was
was,
coming
it was
on.
really fun.
All
really
right.
fun. Really fun.
Okay.
And Whitney, she gave me a lot of, showed me a lot of love. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
personally.
Good. So now your name again is,
Michael Knowles.
and you play what part? You have a name in the movie? Is there a name or
No, not a name. I'm just.
He just,
You
he
just
in
in
there.
there.
I'm just Mr. Motown.
you
Yeah,
Mr. Motown?
in
You look
there.
like it.
You in
Come on,
there.
let's give it up for Mr.
Detroit's
Motown.
finest, yes, in every sense of the word. Up next, Omega Sci-Fi, Lynn Roundtree is in the building. Lynn,
What's up, Lola? How you feeling?
how are you?
I'm good.
You know, I like men with facial hair too.
Well,
I just like I like them all. I'm just saying.
you
I
got
just-
you got the Bears up here right
Yeah,
now. so,
I'm happy. It's a good day for me.
Yeah. Why
For
you
my-
like facial hair? You like
You know,
like the feeling?
it can serve as an exfoliant
Yeah,
if you need it to.
exfoliant, right.
It can serve as an exfoliant. I'll tell you where later.
We'll
Don't
talk a
worry
little
about
bit
that.
off
Okay.
air.
Be careful. You better ask somebody. You didn't know.
Men with facial hair are proficient, especially people that play the trumpet like me.
Oh, you blow well, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You got professional lips,
Okay. All right.
which is
And what part did you play in the movie?
I play a trumpet player, right?
Okay.
You
So
play-
I mean, basically, all seriousness, not Kern, who is our musical godfather around
Yes, he
here,
is.
was contacted by the production to put together musicians, real musicians for
Real
the
musicians.
for the movie, because they wanted that real flavor. I know you've seen movies like the Five Heartbeats and movies like that where they've had actors playing
Right.
musicians. It just didn't come out quite right. So the casting director was dead set, and the director was dead set on having real musicians. And they made a very, very good choice, because when we got there, we brought a lot of energy, a lot of reality to all of the scenes. We actually learned the music. We learned every note of the music, and we were able to finger the music, even though the music's not being played right then. It's a soundtrack that's going to be dubbed in. We were able to play everything on stage. And during the film, we actually were playing. And they were wondering if it was the music overhead or if we were playing, and they stopped the music and we were still playing.
Right.
But we brought so much energy to the set that it became, the dance scenes became a focal scene of the movie. And that's what made me proud, being around musicians and having the musicianship and just, the wherewithal to be able to put together dance scenes and not be awed and enamored by everything that was going on. It wasn't too big for us because, in our own rights, we do a lot of things, I'm on the Billboard charts.
Yes.
He's playing with
everybody.
everybody.
Yes.
He's
Yes,
everybody.
he's-
He's everywhere,
yeah,
and you'll
yeah.
find out more about these guys.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
to have that calmness and that professionalism, to be able to be in the moment and not have the moment be on top of your head, was something that brought a lot of value to the picture. And you're going to see it when you come to the movie, and you're going to see it in the premiere as well, in which we're going to have the whole band there. We're going to have the whole production. We're going to have all the music there, and everybody's going to see everything live. Then they're going to go experience the movie, and it's going to be such an experience for people to have never seen anything like that, to actually see people and bands and things that were in the movie first, then actually go see the movie. You touching and feeling people who were in the movie before
That's
you
right.
even seen it. And so it'll be just a special experience. So I want everybody out there to make sure they come to this premiere and they experience a little bit of what we experienced in shooting the film.
Thank you so much.
I know the question. I don't know if you can answer, but one of you should answer. Everybody wants us to know, how was it to work with Whitney? That's the question.
Well, you want to pass the mic to people who work with Whitney, because I actually didn't work in a scene with Whitney. I worked in the scene with Jordan Sparks, Guapale. We worked in the dance scenes with CeeLo Green.
Okay.
We worked with some of the other lead actors. Mike Epps, I was in a couple. He was off on the side cracking jokes the whole time, which was great. But I didn't work on the scene with Whitney. Her spirit was over the whole entire set, however. But I'm going to pass the mic to somebody who actually experienced working with Whitney.
Coming up on the mic next is the one and only Mr. Eric Rainman Gaston.
Yeah.
Everybody show him some love.
What's up, Lola
Rain and
George?
I, we go back a long way, and it's just like family. I just feel like
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here, kicking it with the family.
That's
Got Uncle
right.
Mike over here,
That's
You
right.
got that sexy uncle, all that good stuff. So, Rain, what did you do? What's
I was
your
in
role?
I was in several scenes. I drove cars. I was backstage. I was in the audience. I got a little bit of FaceTime. I had to shave all my facial hair off.
How come you ain't call me, Rain? I mean, you called me for everything.
My bad.
That's cool though. Come on, finish up. Finish up.
So it was a pleasure. To answer your question, working with Whitney Houston, I was in the front row in the scene sitting next to my play wife when she sang her solo in the church, and it was absolutely amazing. Whitney Houston has a aura about herself. She's a diva, but yet you still feel that motherly love, that image, all the wisdom and the knowledge, and she's reachable, she's touchable, unlike a lot of other superstars. Mm-hmm. You know, she's just a pleasure to be around. Pleasure.
Great.
That's good. Right. That's good. That's good.
Wow. Now you're also a musician, right?
I am. I'm a drummer.
Okay.
And did you play in the movie?
I am not the drummer in the movie.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
All right. Well,
wow,
that's all right.
My good friend Butter. I am my good friend. First of all, my good friend Butter Hawkins, which is an amazing drummer in Detroit. He's the drummer that you actually see in the film, in the trailer, twirling the sticks. But I am partnering with my mentor, Karen Brantley, which we'll hear from him in a moment, to provide music direction for the tribute concert that we will be providing for Whitney Houston in her honor at the Imagine Theater in Royal Oak.
In Royal Oak.
August the 16th. So we're gonna definitely talk about that a little more, but we're excited about that. It's going to be a good day for Detroit.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Up next, we have Mr. TV himself. Yes, don't be shy and bastard. Let me just say this. I met Elijah probably, wow, Elijah, this is going to tell our age because we're about 20. If you're 21, I'm about 22 and a half. And so we must have met maybe when we were about 16. You know, it was several years. It seemed like it's almost been about 10 years. Like, look. Maybe about 9, 10 years.
Met about 10 years old.
10 years old. Yeah, 10 years old.
Because I'm 23 now.
23, so I'm 23 and 3/4. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to mine with several years experience. And for those of you that don't know, Elijah Connor is a phenomenal singer, not just here in the city of Detroit, but he's known across the world. He's done some fabulous things, some wonderful things. He's a phenomenal talent. He sings, he writes, he acts, he does it all. And he looks good as well. So, Mr. Connor.
I just want to say it's an honor to be on your show.
I got my boots on too.
Come on. Man, it's such an honor. You know, I feel like God has really blessed me this year. I was able to go on Bishop Greg Davis's show, and now to be on your show, I feel like
this is true.
I think I'm getting there.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think I'm getting there because I too work with Bishop Greg Davis on his show, and now I get to have the likes of the cast, part of the cast of Sparkle. Like this doesn't happen every day. I'm definitely
honored to be here. You know, a lot of times, and I just want to make sure we can hear.
Yeah, so we want them to quiet down
Very
just a little bit.
If we can, there we go. But you know, a lot of times when people arrive, they come down with this little thing called amnesia, where they don't remember where they come from.
Speak on it.
And I just want to applaud Eric and Kern for having the vision to really put this thing together for the city of Detroit.
Yes.
You know, because if we leave it up to everybody else, we may not have one.
That's right.
You know, to shoot a movie here in the city and not have anything, that would be preposterous.
Preposterous.
So I just thank God for their vision to want to do something here, as well as to include me on it, you know, and to sit up here with all these great artists and musicians, and even you, sir. I need the Gucci hat when you're done, by the way.
No problem.
Pass it down. Yes, sir.
Mr. RJ.
Pass it down. But you know, it was just an honor to be on set with Whitney. Her spirit will live on. And you know, Whitney, she didn't have a gimmick. She had a gift.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times, and I said this in an interview that I did for Channel 4, I said Whitney didn't have to shake nothing. She didn't have to take off her clothes. All she had to do was sing.
That's it.
You know, and not many people are blessed with that gift, where it's a gift to get up in front of a stadium of 50,000 people and command the stage. That's a gift.
That's a gift.
You know, so I think that this movie, I think it was going to make her bigger than what The Bodyguard did for her.
Right.
You know, and sorry that she's not here to experience that. But like I said, back to the premiere, we definitely want to make sure, Detroit, hear me well, we definitely want to make sure that we come out August 16th. You want to be a part of this grand occasion.
It's history.
It's history in the making. You know, just to know that this was one of the last movies that Snyder approved to be filmed here in Detroit. You know, right there, Sparkle. It was, you want to be a part of this grand occasion. So August 16th, it will be at the Imagine in Royal Oak. I don't know the address offhand, but we all have Google. So I believe it is 200 North Main Street.
Yes.
Royal Oak, Michigan 48067. And if you want to call for tickets, please call 248-414-1000. Once again, that number is 248-414-1000. If you do a search on Facebook, put pound Sparkle, you can find so much stuff going on. Like I said, just come out and support the city of Detroit, most definitely.
Thank you.
So what was your part in Spark?
Oh, man.
Just the part that you can talk about.
Well, the week that I didn't have my facial hair, 1 week it was okay. We want you to have facial hair in this one. The next week is we want you to shave it off. So I played a performer, and then I played also the guy next door. But like I said, you never know how it's going to be edited in the movie.
That's right.
I did see myself in the trailer as the performer, sitting right behind Whitney Houston. So, you know, just her spirit on set, you know, a lot of times, and I'm speaking from an artist, you have to get to know people for yourself. You can't go by what the tabloids say and all this other stuff. You know, Whitney, her spirit, from what I saw, she was incredible. Before she even wanted to know how, before she even sat down, she came in and she said, "How is everybody doing? Did everybody eat?" You know, so just to know that Whitney cared about the cast, little old me.
Come on.
You know, that says something. And then from what I understand as well, she went in her pocket to finish the movie.
$2
Wrote
million.
her own personal check to make sure that the movie was
$2 million.
finished. So they're giving me my peace sign at 2 minutes, so I'm gonna pass.
No, $2 million.
She said $2 million.
Whitney gave $2 million
Oh, yes.
to help
I thought
finish
you
the
meant
movie.
2 minutes. Oh, yeah, 2 million. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah. But like I said, it was just her spirit was incredible on set, man. And like I said, to reiterate, we want the whole city to come out. Let's all watch it together.
Yes.
Let's all watch it together as a family. You know, it's not a lot of times that Detroit gets to experience a grand occasion like this. You know, we're not going to LA, we're doing one right here. So come out and experience that. Once again, the number is 248-414-1000. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. It is at the Royal Oak Imagine Theater.
And like Elijah said, you know, to springboard off of him, everybody spread the word that this movie was made in Detroit.
Right here.
It was a film right here in Detroit. 3,000 extras in the movie in Detroit. So even if you can't come out and experience, just tell everybody, tell all your friends, tell everybody this is a Detroit movie. And in the first trailer it comes out, it says Motown, you know, Motown. So everybody needs to say that and be proud.
That's right.
They filmed half of everything in Indian Village, Fox Theater, the Music Hall.
Cliff Bells.
You know, Cliff Bells.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know, and a lot of times I'm going to start going more to these places and just experience, you know, what we really have here. A lot of times we don't appreciate what we have until somebody else comes in.
Say it.
Oh my God, today.
Say it.
Also, in addition to the movie, it's just not just the movie viewing. We're having a red carpet. They're going to be media coverage. The world is going to be watching Detroit and LA at the same time, simultaneously. We're having a concert. The band that was in the movie, the band you see on screen, will be there, performing a lot with a lot of great vocalists from Detroit that were also in the movie, performing a live tribute to Whitney Houston.
I need to get out my white stockings right now. Right.
So we're gonna have
my white
we got a
sparkling
concert,
stockings.
we got a meet and greet, we got a party, dinner, bowling,
Pool.
networking, and then last but not least, to top it off, we're gonna sit and watch the film together.
What time on the 16th?
Doors are at 8 p.m.
Doors
So
at
that
8
number-
p.m. And the address is 200 North Main Street. The telephone number is 248-414-1000. Once again, 248-414-1000. Call to get your advance tickets, get all the information you need, because we need to show up in great numbers. The last person we're going to talk to, I want to introduce this great man, Kern is a blessing not only to the city of Detroit, but to the musicians of Detroit. People across the world know about the musicians in Detroit because of this man here. I met Kern back in 2008 when I first started doing Detroit Live, and I was doing it at a place called Privé. And I thought I had the hottest little thing going. I thought I had the hottest little band. But what validated it for me is when I saw Kern Brantley in the basement over there kicking it and rocking with us, just chilling. And when you have greatness in the room, you have to pay homage to the greatness that's in the room. He works with the likes of, first of all, I need to sit up when I say this. And we're not going to talk about her because this is not about her. But the greatest artist, female artist in the world right now, the number one artist in the world right now, Lady Gaga. That says it all. It's not like he come and play for me at Detroit Live, you know what I'm saying? No. It's not like he's on a multi-city tour where he's going from Highland Park to Oak Park to Hazel Park to Southfield. No. This man is going, he's getting stamps in the passport. He's going from country to country. He does this for real, and he has provided the platform for artists, Elijah, Lynn, Rain, for them to propel their careers and live out their dreams. Everybody, give a round of applause to the one and only, the man, the godfather of this here music thing. Like, in order to get in, you got to see the Godfather. Because if he gives you the stamp of validation, you can go ahead and work. But if he don't give you this stamp, you will be sitting right up here with me, playing on my drums, trying to get to the next level. This man right here is the man. Angela, right here, that's who it is. Kern, you're going to learn today. Kern Brantley.
Thank you, Lola.
And he's so humble.
Thank you
could
so
be sitting
much.
next to him at the grocery store and not even know who he is, but I know who he is.
Thank you so much. Just get back to the subject of Sparkle. I received a call from New York from Winston Sinclair and Associates, and she told me, she said, we know that you know every musician in Detroit. I said, yeah, I know every musician. From the church, from the clubs, from the streets, from the classical musicians. So she said, well, what I need you to do, I need you to find me real players to play the role as musicians, not just the bar musicians, but the church scene, as well as the orchestra as well. So I contacted legendary music arranger Paul Reiser from Detroit, who's also a string arranger for Aretha Franklin, R. Kelly, Luther Vandross. So me and Paul sat down and we contacted Detroit Symphony Orchestra. So we casted a whole orchestra. Then I said, I'm going to give you the best jazz musicians in Detroit. So I contacted Lynn, and Lynn led me to some more horn players that I knew. Then I also contacted other great people like Ray C. Biggs, David McMurray, just to come down so that the cast can take a look at them. And they picked the people that they wanted, but they made some excellent choices in the musicians from Detroit. I'm just really proud of all the guys that got selected, and what we're doing now. All these guys are in the trailer. They're also in the Celebrate video as well with Jordan Sparks. And it's just an amazing thing just to see all my friends on stage. I'm not in the movie.
That's all right.
Okay, I didn't.
Yes, it is.
It was just such a blessing to be able to be just an instrument to help everybody in Detroit recognize these musicians.
Now, I know they told me you went on tour with Whitney, but there are many first-time artists and musicians to watch this show. Give them 3 pointers on what they should be trying to do to get to where you are.
Well, me and my brother Valdez, we have a rule. The first thing is shut up and get paid. Don't come on the gig trying to act like it's about you, because the role of a musician is to accompany the artist. Our job is to be the support team. I'm the support team for Beyonce. I'm the support team for Mary J. Blige. Aaliyah was like my little sister, so I was her first musical director. So, as a musician growing up in Detroit and being around people like Original Funk Brothers, Earl Van Dyke was one of my teachers. Mr. Ernie Rogers at Northwest Another one was, it's just so many, Teddy Harris, Minister Thomas Whitfield, Minister Marvin Winans. These guys were mentors of mine, Twinkie Clark. You know, so we were able to learn from those guys and then share that wisdom with the younger musicians coming up in Detroit.
Now, so you work with Whitney. How was that, traveling on tour with her and all that you've done?
I did 2 tours with Whitney. The first tour, I was actually the bassist for Bobby Brown. It was the Humping Around tour. And they had a song, We Have Something in Common, was the name of the song, produced by another one of my mentors, Mr. Teddy Riley. So Teddy brought me in. So actually, my first encounter with Whitney was through Bobby, because I was a part of Bobby's team. The second tour we did was the My Love Is Your Love tour, where 112 was the opening band, and I hired all the musicians from Detroit, Deron Goff and Bam Davis and a few others to take them. So we were the opening for Whitney, but she was so sweet to us, and she came and she thanked us for being a part of the tour, and they made us feel very welcome. So it's just a privilege to go on those 2 tours with Miss Houston.
Now, I know I'm taking all the show, but one more question. You're very humble, and you have the right to sit here and be arrogant. You're not arrogant. Where do you attribute that to? Because, you know, other brothers that play in Toledo and Chicago and come home, they got the big hit, but you don't have that. You have a sense of humility, and you're trying to pull other brothers and sisters in the community up. So what do you attribute that to?
Just from my upbringing with my mom and, you know, church background. And then also another great Detroit musician, Mr. Ricky Lawson, who's the drummer for Michael Jackson. I talked to Ricky one day, and he says, the whole key is you must be humble and you must be versatile. So I can go from rock and roll to hip hop to jazz, to gospel, to old school. It don't matter. But Ricky and Greg Fillinganes, these are like two of the most major cats in the world, all from Detroit. And you know, I kind of went to those guys and actually had a chance to sit down and talk to them and get some insight on the game from those guys.
But when you see him on stage, he's not humble.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a beast on stage.
That's rule number 2: kill or be
He
killed.
is an animal.
Kill or be killed. That's rule number 2, especially coming from Detroit. You know, I've done a lot of auditions, but when I come into an audition, I look around, I analyze my competition, and then they go, somebody going home,
But
somebody
it ain't you.
staying. I'm from Detroit, and I'm not leaving. I'm going to get that money. I still got a hustler mentality, so I'm still keep that same hustler mentality, but just take it more to the corporate level.
That's what, you know, for some of you, this is your first time in the Detroit Live atmosphere, or, you know, and I just need you guys to understand that I say this all the time. Detroit Live, the sound of music, is where stars are birthed and the artist always comes first. I do this platform so that the next Kern Brantley, the next Elijah, the next Rain Man can have the launch pad to go to what God has blessed them to do. I thank you guys from the pit of my heart for even coming out, taking your time, because there are a lot of interviews that you guys are doing and will be doing. But Detroit Live, the sound of music, is truly for the artists. And I welcome you guys. Anytime you want to kick it, you want to play, you want to rock, you want to sing, you just come on, because I have a stage for you. I want to be known. Like people go to see Kern when they looking for a musician. When you're looking for that hot singer, when Kern like, you know what, I need to find me a hot new young drummer. I'll be like, Kern, you need to holler at this new kid that I just, we need to work together. Because it is a movement that's taking place in the city of Detroit. I am so sick and tired of them talking about Detroit and all of the negative things. But let's talk about the positive things. And the positive area is the arts. Yeah. So we have to do whatever we can together as a community to build the arts and bring our city back on the backs of our arts department.
Exactly. That was one of the reasons we did this Sparkle premiere party. And I want to bring together the musicians, the singers, the actors, old, young, white, black, to come together to just show the world that Detroit is a positive place, and music is so powerful, and we have some of the best musicians and singers in the world, and they should know that. It's up to us to take, you know, they didn't give us this party, we gave us this party.
Right, that's right.
Nobody from Hollywood called, nobody gave us a dime to put this thing together. We just did this as a vision. And thanks to people like Lola supporting us and the kindness of these musicians' hearts to come out and perform for you guys to see, so we can see what Detroit has to offer. And that's the reason we're doing this. just to put the spotlight on Detroit.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Go ahead. No, come on,
ahead,
Mike.
You know, I wanted to stress real quick too. Also,
just like
see,
to
this
hear you
is
talk.
Detroit, and this is Motown, and basically, I was a kid, but I remember one thing for sure: Detroit Motown was always about talent. One of the things that when Kern spoke to me about the movie is that, and I was informed that even Whitney herself actually wanted to do the movie here, because every movie that you've ever seen, from the Five Heartbeats, Dreamgirls, or what have you, it all puts you in mind of the Berry Gordy thing with Motown. And I think that this movie, especially for the younger generation, who might be able to read about it, but now they can be able to feel it by being a part of it, which is one of the reasons why I really joined the team myself, actually, because of the fact that I missed that part. Real performance, real talent, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And this is Detroit, and Detroit can never be replaced.
This is it.
Motown is always going to be Motown.
That's right.
This is it. If It's Love featuring Chrisette Michelle. Kim, everybody.
Yeah, Lola.
I'm sitting here in my bed. I've been thinking about everything that's been said. I realize what's at stake. From the moment I met you, I just ain't been the same. I need you here in my life, and we both know that's a hard thing to find. Girl, I'm a good man, and you're a good woman. There's so much more I wanna discover, baby. If it's love, it'll last a lifetime. Deep in my heart, I know, baby. If it's love, it'll last forever. It'll just start the show.
I played the field for the longest time, sinning out of love. Oh, I paid the price. Tell me, can you comprehend what you make me feel? Heaven only knows why broken hearts can
search to find love within. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. No, no, no. My friends want what is wrong with me. Say I'm in a daze from your love, you see. I came back to let you know, got a thing for you, and I can't let go. No, people travel around the world, but they may never find what they dream of. You won't do for love, You tried everything, but you won't give up. Just won't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. Hey, listen, my friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a day from your love, you see. I came back to let you know, no, got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. And though I only want the best, it's true. I can't believe the thing I do for you. I would do for you what you do. Do for love. You tried everything. You won't give. You just won't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love, baby, what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. What you won't do, do for love. What you won't do, do for love. Yes, I know that the best I want is true. I can't believe all the things you do. Make me do for love. Make me do for love. I only want the best, it's true. I can't believe the things I do for you, baby. Hey, you won't do for love. You won't do. You tried everything. You just won't give up. You won't
Do for Love intro. That is one of my favorite songs. Now, as an artist and performer, Kern, is there anyone that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet? Have your dream been realized yet?
Well, I wouldn't mind working with Eminem since he's from Detroit and he does use live bands. I feel that he should have a band from Detroit and really represent his city, 8 Mile and 7 Mile.
All right. So you're from 7 Mile. 6.
Ankle.
Lynn, Mr. Roundtree, is there anyone that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet, or have your dreams been realized?
I'm already working with you.
All right.
So that's been taken.
Be careful. Rain Man, you better whisper in his ear. Whisper in his ear and just let him know. Have you seen the movie Boomerang?
Yeah, I have seen Boomerang.
Have you seen Harlem Nights?
I've seen Harlem Nights.
Do you remember it was a part in Harlem Nights when they were at the little club, and somebody asked Della Reese a question, and she said, "I got a girl named Sunshine."
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about that later. All right, Rain Man. Is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
I would love the opportunity to not only one work with Eminem, as Kern said. Two, I would love to work with Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder, that's
Yes.
a good one. That is a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. Mr. Elijah, is there anyone you would like to collab with? Because you have a voice that is just unbelievable. You've been singing. Matter of fact, how long have you been singing, Elijah?
Professionally or
Get the mic. Get the mic.
professionally or
Period.
oh man. For a while, since church, you know.
You grew up in the church,
Yeah.
singing Amazing Grace, long metered hymns, and then you elevated the game. When did you write your first song?
2000 and well, my first record single was 2008, but I wrote my first song, I want to say when I was 12.
When you were 12. Now, growing up in church, some people say, oh my God, you know, he's a church boy. He shouldn't be singing this and he shouldn't be singing that. Did you struggle with the decision or choice to sing the style of music you sing?
Oh yeah, I was persecuted.
Okay.
Yeah, darts were thrown at me, but I've always been kind of the black sheep where I went against the grain.
That's okay.
You know, and I think that a lot of the best R&B vocalists that you hear now, they're all from the church.
They're all from the church.
And I think, not speaking of all churches, but I think the church has, they're known for, you know, you use the gift that God gave you for free.
Right.
And before you know it, they'll just use you up and then replace you. My whole thing was, why not work and get paid for what I'm doing? And one thing I appreciate about singing secular music, and this is not trying to dog the church or anything, but I can have a show.
Uh-huh.
I did a concert. I opened up for Music Soul Child and Carl Thomas. That was in February. I had my check in December.
See what I'm saying? The church be messing around with the tithes
You
and
know,
offering
where
plate,
I don't
trying
have
figure
to
out-
sing and then worry about, hey, where's my envelope? I'm not saying all churches are like that.
gonna bless you, son.
But I am saying that I'm taken care of well in advance.
Yeah.
So to say that, I mean, who would I like to work with? I'm a big fan of Brandy, man.
Okay. Oh, she's a beast.
Brandy, man. I would, that's like a dream of mine to maybe collab, you know.
Brandy. Have you heard her YouTubes in the bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah, Brandy's a beast, man.
So I have a question for you, gentlemen, and this is something that we've been discussing. And coming up next, we're going to do a drum audition. But before we bring them up, I must ask you guys this question, and this is something we've been discussing on Detroit Live, The Sound of Music Radio. Scenario, and I want you to think hard about this. You're on a date with the young lady you just met. You're getting to know this young lady. You're not sure of where this is going. This is just the first initial date. You're getting to know one another. And while you're out to Ruth Chris, Chin Chow's, Jimmy Choo, wherever you are, you know, you're on this wonderful first date. You see a young lady that you've always wanted to date, but the timing has always been off. But you haven't seen each other in a while, and you finally see this woman. And you said the last time you saw her, if I ever see her again, it's on and popping. My question to you is, what do you do? Do you pass the opportunity and chalk it up as a loss? Or do you figure out a way to pursue that interest? Because this date that you're on, we just trying to get to know each other. I really don't know I don't know what this is yet. What do you do? Elijah, you have the mic close to your mouth. What say you?
You know, it's a quote that I'm sure you heard the quote. There's nothing worse than meeting the wrong person or the person at the wrong time. And to me, that would be the wrong time. Out of respect for the young lady that is out on a date with me. And just me being me, if I take you out, I'm interested.
All right.
So I understand that it may not really be serious, but for me to follow up and even take you out to dinner, I'm very interested. So speaking of my situation, then again, the player in me, and I won't even say the player in me, just the...
It's too late. You've thrown that out. It's out there
the swag,
now.
I would say, excuse me while I go to the restroom. And then, tip on out and give her my card.
All right, then. I knew it was in you. Who on it next?
But then again, you know, that's just me.
I got to hear from the good man of Mike. Come on, Mike.
No, but basically, listen, whenever you see something that you want, you step right to it.
All
there
right.
is no holding back. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, because one thing is for sure, if you don't step right to it, you always regret it. And then you always wonder. You know, my thing is when you step to it and you give her the best conversation that you got, and if she's hearing your voice, well, then you will win. And winning to me means if I can grab your mind, and then I can get your heart.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
So what about the girl you with? What about the woman you with?
Keep them out your head. I'm telling you. He who controls the mind, body, and soul. That's a true statement right there.
What do you say? Come on,
Lynn,
put the
what
mic
say
on.
you?
What you say?
He has a wedding ring on, so
Yeah, so
he made his choice.
I would just put my head down. And keep
Head
eating.
went down 5 minutes ago.
This food sure is good, ain't it?
This show is. Ooh, what
Good
time is
answer.
it?
Good answer.
What does
The
go?
show is cold in there.
All right,
No,
right?
I kind of agree with Elijah there. You know, I mean, if I'm out with you, I was raised, you know, my mother had 15 sisters and brothers, and mostly sisters, and they impressed upon us the value of being a gentleman. And so, you know, and I do believe in karma as well. You know, I mean, if it's meant to be, it'll be. We'll find each other at some point in time. But, you know, I'm with you at this point, eating, enjoying ourselves, and there's no reason to cloudy or muddy that up.
Okay.
With me thinking about something else, because I wouldn't want her to do that to me. I wouldn't want her to go out to the bathroom to go say hi to, you know, some muscly dude, you know, over in the
Good,
corner.
respectable young man.
So I mean, you know, to me, I live by the golden rule and karma, and you know, and for that, you know, I might be blessed at the end of the night with this young lady.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Mr. Eric Raymond Gaston, what say you?
I'm reminded of a song. There's an artist I'm blessed to work with. His name is Eric Roberson.
Yes, it is.
And he has a song that Michael Baisden plays a lot. The song is called At the Same Time. And it talks about too bad we didn't fall in love at the same time. You know, timing is everything. And again, agree with my good friend Elijah. If I am out on a date with you, that definitely something has drawn me to get me to that point. You know, so I would definitely, out of respect for my date, give her my undivided attention. And, you know, and if that didn't work, you know, I believe those paths will cross again with the other young lady.
All right, now, Kern, we saved the best for
man.
last. Now you travel all across the country. I know old school player. He got the original players and pages in the book. Now you travel across the country. You see women all the time. They always love the men in the band and all
Yes,
of that.
they do.
You may have been in this situation before. What did you do?
Well, I'm kind of inclined to agree with Mike. Like, you know, I've been in situations where, you know, I might meet a girl, and it depends on the one I'm with. If I'm with you and you ain't really with me, you like, oh, I'm just hanging out, and I'm just trying to get the T-shirt, and I just want to meet R. Kelly, and okay, and I see the one I want, I'll be like, yo, I ain't really got a lot of time, you know, because I'm only in the city for one night.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to call you back. It's one night, and it's gone. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to have to come back and see, you know, what I'm dealing with before I actually make that change.
All right.
Like Michael Jackson said, you know, but I don't know. I think I had to just explore my ventures. I'm single.
Yeah, because RJ, you single, right?
Single, and single.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I'm single, and sound like you single. See, single mean I'm single and I ain't seeing nobody. I'm single and I don't like nobody. I'm single and I don't have no kids, and I'm single and I can do whatever the hell I want to do. So that's single,
Yep.
single.
Single.
See what I'm saying? Single. All right, so we got this drum audition that needs to take place. My man, you came the other day. Step right up. You got your sticks, and I make sure you have your sticks with all the beats in them, because we got some real players up here that really
Shout out to
do
Brian
sticks.
in the house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, come
Shout
on
out
up.
to Paula Clark in the house helping with the event, and she was also in the
Yes,
film
shout out-
Sparkle.
I'm sorry,
church
Paula,
scene.
and because I typically always
Evangelist
acknowledge the
Paula,
lady
yes.
first with your beautiful self.
Missionary
Yes.
Paula, we
Missionary
thank
Paula.
Also, shout out to the music director for Charlie Wilson is in the building, Lawrence Baseman, Washington.
Oh, snapper.
Yeah, man.
Who let him in?
Wow. Okay, any more comments, brother? Anybody want to say anything else? We're going to get this number again, 248-414-1000. How much are tickets, and is this a benefit? What is it actually? What are we going to experience when we come on the 16th?
Well, the tickets are going, the VIP tickets are going to be 100. The general admission is 50. So what you get for your VIP tickets, you get early admission, you get dinner, you get champagne. You're going to sit in a private skybox and see the film. You're going to have priority seating in the venue, as well as walking the red carpet and taking your photo. General admission as well as VIP will all be served food, but the general admission also includes you to see the Whitney Houston tribute as well and take more photos on the red carpet.
So all that goes on that
And
night?
don't forget the popcorn.
And popcorn. We're giving out popcorn.
Ain't a movie without popcorn.
And
soda.
Wonderful. 248-414-1000 to get more information about tickets.
And it's in Royal Oak, so they won't be selling nothing in the parking lot. No. So that part ain't gonna happen. Won't be no bootleg T-shirts out there.
Good.
All right, so how this went the other day, I played a song. I want you to play the pocket that this song is in. I'm going to fade the music out. I don't want to hear the tricks first. I want to hear the pocket that you can lay in. And then after you have played the pocket and I've faded the song out, then only at that point you play the pocket continuously and then you can go into your tricks, okay? The song that I will be playing is one of my favorite songs. If I have any children nearby, go home, because I will be playing the notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
The Warning. I'm sorry. This is my jazam. So I have a hip-hop show that's coming up, so I'm going to need me some hip-hop drummers that can really do the thing. So
I'm gonna give you some
you
room.
ready?
Turn it up, please.
The hell is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning. Crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold out my eye. See who's this paging me and why? It's my man Pop from the barber shop. Told me he was in the gambling spot and heard the intricate plot. Some people wanna stick me like fly paper neighbor. Slow down, love, please chill, drop the paper. Remember all your moves from the hill up around hill that you rolled down sweet smoke. That's a good nice swing. Yeah, little fame up in prospect. Nah, them my people's now. Love with any respect. Shining. Step down to the left, step down to the left. You see, you doing this in front of Kern Brantley. He may need a drummer soon. You just never know what's gonna come of all of this.
Oh,
This is some real stuff going on right now. Some real stuff going on right now. The next song that I will be playing, my good friend, come on up.
Know that I have.
My come on, baby. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I'm terrible with names, but after the day, I'm gonna have it memorized. I will require the same thing from you. And actually, the song that I will be playing,
What's up now?
if I am correct, if I did this right, is I Read. My boy, J1 is in the building. I'm going to ask the same thing. Listen to the pocket, play the pocket. I will fade the music out. Once I have faded the music out and you've played the pocket a few more times, then you can go into your own solo and show us what you have. You guys actually have it better than the people had it the other day because you got Kern in the building. You don't know what's gonna happen for this. Yeah, get the sticks out with the beats in it. Them the ones right there? Them the ones? He looked at them. He had 4 pair. He chose them. Them the winners right there. He got it. All right. Let me know when you are ready. Ready?
Knowledge, you gotta know something. In order to know something, you gotta study it. Plot. Sit in the basement in the darkest area and contemplate on your next move. Rolling overloaded like sick kids bloated and something stolen. Patrolling, ready to explode it. If I'm going notice. Sentenced to life, sign no certificates. Congratulations, you're free to die with common sense. I only seem to make it by the skin of my teeth. My white speech isn't legal. Like QB with Philly Eagles. Sucking the people dry like Saddam for his missiles. In Detroit, with lives who quicker than dimes. Made for more paper than New York Times. Look at a watch wall to prove. I think not. The gargle with the cracking sluice. My features darker than wear sniper shoes. These days, it's tighter than biker suits. Got me closer than guns than my own cousin. Who thought I wasn't? Was there? Pumping lead gas with hands ruffling bags in front of witnesses like I read hypocrites like
All right. Thank you for coming out. So, Kern, could I have you come back out? Come back up, I'm sorry. So we've heard two drummers, and I want to give feedback. One thing about Detroit Live, and one thing we have to do in order to propel people to the next level, people often say, Lola, what do I have to do to perform on your showcase? And I say, it's real simple. I'm not looking for good. I'm not looking for great. I'm looking for excellence, because it's the excellent ones that will go to the next level. And I want to be known as the platform that has the excellent individuals, because if Kern comes to town and he's looking for a musician, I want him to be like, Lola, what you got? I want to be like, oh, you need to call my boy Rain. You need to call Elijah, you know. So.
Can we get the names again?
What's your name again, sir? Stephen Williams.
Steve Williams.
Andre Bell. So let's talk about Andre Bell.
First of all, I want to say good job to both gentlemen. Auditioning is not easy.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Auditioning is not easy. You know, when you doing your craft, your gift, not only in front of anyone, but in front of a legend like Kern Brantley. And this is broadcasted over the internet. You know, there could be millions of people watching, you know. So just to come up and perform your craft is never an easy thing to do. So good job, first of all. So on Andre first, if you listen, if you were here when Kern did this interview, to both of you really, he talked about kill or be killed. And when you walk in an audition, you view your competition. And basically, there were always, as Kern told me, there are always going to be more musicians than jobs. It may be 10 drummers in a room. It's one drum job, and one person is going to walk out with that. So for you, I would say you did well. You looked a little uncomfortable with the setup. I would have taken more time to adjust the set and just make sure you're comfortable in your setup. Making sure, because you only get one shot, as the song says. When that opportunity comes, you only get one shot. You may not get another chance to play in front of someone like that, you know? So make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you can hear the track. Demand, I need more track. Cut that track up, you know, play under the track. The feel at the end when the track cut off was nice. Had a nice little inner notes on the snare going on. It was nice. It was nice and solid. It's a good job.
Kern, anything you want to add?
Okay, like Rayman just said, when you're auditioning, it's basically like an interview. It's like job interview, and you're auditioning for your livelihood. You know, this is your job. It's not a hobby. It's not something I do on the weekend because my boy, he used to play drums. This is something that you have to do every day. You have to take it serious. Even with young people, because I know Lola was telling me she had a lot of young musicians. I want you guys to realize that this job can take you around the world and you can make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars
I'm a witness.
playing drums. I know musicians that make 20 grand a week, just drummer, not music director, just the drummer. Okay, so you have to take this seriously. Back in the day, people would say, get a real job. Now, music is the real job.
Yep.
This is the real job now. This is the job. It was a recession. I didn't even know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because we working through that. Because you're not just limited to working in the United States. You can go to China and work. You can go to Africa and work. You can go to Asia. You can go to the Middle East. You can go to Australia. There's always work, and your gift will make room for you. You know, I just want you guys to remember, like he said, kill or be killed. If I was looking for a drummer right now, it would be hard for me to tell, even though, Andre, I really love your pocket. Your pocket was heavy. It was solid. Your hi-hat work was really consistent. Steve, you were a little inconsistent. I'm just gonna keep it real. You were a little inconsistent with your patterns. You know, once you establish it, but once you establish it, then you gotta let us have it. You only got 3 seconds, 5 seconds. I didn't see in those 5 seconds what you could do. I'm sure you got a lot more than that in you, both of you guys, but I didn't see it because you gave me the pocket and then she let you go for free. Once she said she stopped that track off, that's your only time to show the world and the musical director and these artists that you are the man for that job. You know, when you plan, don't just think about yourself. Think about that $300,000 that's sitting on that table right there if we hire you, okay? And that's, you know, you gotta look at the big picture. You know, you have to look at the whole over. You have to play big. You're playing in stadiums and arenas. You're not playing clubs. So you gotta think stadium drummer, not a club drummer, not a church. See, I'm a church musician too, but there's a transition that must be made from the church mentality and the church way of drumming or musicianship to cross over into that secular world and that pop world. As you get older as a musician, you have to increase your income, you know, and we've been able to develop a way to increase your earning potential, not only just branding yourself as a musician. It's political, it's business, is personal, because you have to get along with everybody, whether you like them or not, whether they're old, whether they're young, whether they're straight, whether they're gay. It don't matter, because music is universal. There's no color boundaries, there's no age boundaries or nothing. So you just gotta remember, you plan to win. You have to kill. It's 1,000 drummers, and it's only 10 jobs. So what's gonna make you stand out? When this man get on the drums, okay, he's gonna wear you out. And then if he don't wear you out, then some kid from the church might come in and wear you out. So you have to always be prepared. You know, I'm the greatest bass player at Second Ebenezer at my church. But when I got to New York, I wasn't the greatest bass player no more. You had Marcus Miller, you had Anthony Jackson, you had Stanley Clark, you got Will Lee, you got all these great guys. So, you know, come out to things like the NAMM show, come out to events like what Lola's doing here, which is amazing, so that you can kind of, you know, show me my opponent, show me what I got to do to win. You might not always, I auditioned for Cher, I didn't get it. I auditioned for Janet Jackson, I didn't get it. But when I auditioned for Beyonce, I got it. But it took those 2 failures for me to say, okay, I see what I did wrong. I was too churchy. I was too church. I didn't have earrings. I didn't have my makeup. You know, so I had to adjust to what it was. You know, you got to see what it is. And the same thing that you do, yeah, I had to wear some makeup. Hey, I'd come out as a skeleton if I had to for that check. Shit, a zombie in this.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the job, though.
But it's just, you know, like we're saying, you have to exert yourself. Don't matter if it's only 3 people in this room. It don't matter. Because the same thing you do on this little stage, you'll do it at Joe Louis Arena.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter the size. It don't matter. I was playing at a restaurant in Troy, Michigan. And I didn't know Earl Klugh was in there having dinner. But I was killing it. Then after it was over with, I didn't know Earl was sitting in the back corner. His manager approached me and said, hey, I want you to audition for my band. After that, I was traveling around the world with Detroit jazz artist Earl Klugh. And if I would have been in the restaurant, oh man, people talking and I'm playing, and they don't care. I'm just in the restaurant. That attitude would have triggered over. But I didn't care who was in there. I was doing my best, and Earl just happened to be there. So you never know, Brian or who might be in this room looking for a drummer. So whenever you get a chance to sit down at this kit, kill or you're gonna be killed. And that's just how it is. It's real in the field, you know what I'm saying? We Detroit, but you got New York, they hungry. Cause rent in New York is $3,000 a month for an apartment. Niggas in LA is hungry. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mental you have to have when you're going out here for what she's doing, which is a great platform because she's giving you a chance to see what you gotta know and what you gotta do in order to get the gig. That's your bottom line. You want the gig so that you can feed the kids and take care of your family.
Can I add to that real quick? Just also, I've been in the same situation as well. A lot of auditions I've done with Kern being my judge. You know, I auditioned for India Irie. I'm sorry, Miss Lauryn Hill. I didn't get that gig. I auditioned for Neo, came in third. I didn't get that gig. I auditioned for Fabulous. I got that gig. You know, and one thing I learned is to invest in my craft and to listen, and showing character and personality. Both of you, drums are the quarterback of the entire band. If the band is good, it's because the drums is good. If the artist and the show is dope, it's because the drummer's good. You know, so bring that personality. Look up. A lot of y'all posture, you know, because we see you before we hear you. So I'm looking over there, and I'm already halfway made my decision about how you look. Understand, you know, if you're going to a corporate audition, corporate interview, you're going to wear a shirt and tie, you're going to get your hair cut, you're going to be clean, nice and neat. So if you come to audition for an R&B or a hip-hop show, play that part. You know, let the artist visually, I can see this person playing with me. I can see this person on stage with me. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you bring those drums to life, not just musically. Put your personality into it. You know, one of the stories I learned from Kern is how when he went to audition for Lady Gaga and he dressed the part. That stuck out. When we did the audition for Sparkle, some musicians came dressed already. Because you suit and tie with the arm garter belts on the arm and bow ties, cummerbunds, whatever it takes, whatever's gonna make you stick out and be remembered to get the job. So as he said, last thing, invest in your craft, go to the NAMM show, go to clinics, go to seminars. Kern's company is called One Band Global. Look them up on the internet. They host all type of seminars and things like that. My company is Raymond Entertainment. We're gonna be doing some clinics and a lot of other things that'll be branching after we do the Sparkle Party. Make sure y'all at that too. But yeah, just keep investing in your craft, man. And like you said, when you sit down, go. Bring them drums to life. Make it happen.
And then another thing is your networking of musicians. Make sure that you get out and you network with the musicians that are working, because they could be somebody say, oh yeah, I remember that cat. He's dope. Call him up. So get out, network with the musicians, go to the jazz clubs, you know, hang out with the older cats, you know what I'm saying? Go to New York, even if it's just a weekend. I mean, people go to Disneyland, go to New York and hit the street.
Invest
and
in
see
your
what
craft.
it feel like, you know, paving the pound, you know, pound the pavement in LA and New York. You have to go out there. You don't have to live there. You just have to be able to go. When it's time to go, make sure you got enough money or credit card or something, a bus ticket, something to get there, passport. There's certain things, like he said, you have to have. You have to have a passport. It has to be valid. Most tours going to start in Canada or Japan. They're not going to always start in the United States.
Gotta have an email address
so
that they
pay
can
your
understand.
Child support.
Get
Child
that
support
email
gotta be
address
clear.
tight. Little stuff. Get the email address right. Get your equipment
Yeah.
right. Everything.
Have business cards. Get your website. If I want to check up on Andre Bell or on Steve Williams, I want to be able to go on Google and say, Steve Williams. Everything's right there. I can see what I need to see, videos. You know, with this social media, you can get a lot done nowadays. But I just need you guys to be more aggressive. A lot of Detroit cats is too laid back. Why is everybody so cool out here and ain't making no money? I don't understand that. You can't be cool. You know, you got to come in and just smash everybody.
Elijah, you had something you wanted to say?
Oh man, how do you come behind that? Wow.
You whispered to me.
Just to reiterate, just on some things, both talents were incredible. But just in general, to everybody who's, I guess, trying to, whether you're an artist, musician, or whatever, it's kind of best to be overconfident in this industry than not have enough confidence. You know, because it's kind of like if you don't believe in you, who will? You know, so confidence times 10. You know, going back to what Eric said, you know, the posture on the drums, just looking up things in that nature, and then swag it out. You know, my mama always said, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job you want.
That's right.
You know, meaning if you know, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You know, and I mean that saying that, you know, swag it out to get in the door. You know, like what Kern said of how he didn't have the earrings and stuff like that. I'm not saying conform, but what I am saying is, you know, sometimes you have to play the part. You know, so make sure you play the part, and just with social media and whatever, don't just use it to, oh, I'm waking up. What up, y'all? Use it to actually brand yourself. You know, brand yourself. Social media, that's really hot right now. So brand yourself. Get a website. You can get a website now. Just something simple for what? $9.99, I believe. If you go to Google and type in something, you know, invest in pictures. Now they want to say, they saying, well, send me a picture. And you like, I'm not even the artist. I'm just the drummer or the saxophonist or the bassist. They want to see we're in a visual society. So, like I said, both talents were good. Bill, awesome, man, awesome. But like you too, man. You know, just you killed that pocket, man. You definitely kind of got that Dana Davis kick.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Dana's
you
cold-blooded.
You kicked that pocket. I'm a
Shout
pocket
out to
dude.
Dana.
I'm a pocket dude only because you never want to like overshadow the artist. So the pocket really had me, as well as you, man. Good stuff, good stuff. So, like I said, just be confident in whatever you do. You know, make it believable, you know, at the end of the day. That's all.
All right, I want to thank each and everybody for coming out. I want to thank you for the knowledge that you guys have given these two performers and artists. This today was priceless. You can't put a price tag on the knowledge and information that you received right here. This has been Detroit Live, The Sound of Music. I am your host, Lola George. My co-pilot, I can't do it without you, my good brother, RJ. We have Kern Brantley. We have Elijah Connor, Rain Man. Oh my God, Lynn Roundtree, I know, and the sexy Mike Glover, yes. And Paula is also in the building, so we got to give her. As a matter of fact, come up here so they can see you as well. Paula's
She was also in the movie.
She also worked in the movie. So I have been your host. We'll be right back tomorrow, same time, doing the same thing. And you want to look out this Friday. We're having Detroit Live, The Sound of Music, the actual showcase where you will see some of the best talent, the best singers, the best musicians, the best poets in the country right here on this stage. Detroit Live, The Sound of Music.
August 16th.
Get your tickets. Imagine Royal Oak.
It's Detroit Live.